All right, James, we're in Two-Tone Nation. How's it going? Welcome to our show, TTF. This is usually our weekly roundup videos. Doing something a little bit different. Me and James are kind of mixing up the format a bit. We're still gonna do the recaps. We're still gonna have that, but we're just kind of adding a new take to it. More of like, would you say, James, like a controversial take?
I
Uh,
think we're going for more of a compressed, controversial take on what we're seeing through the weeks of being a Cowboys fan and a Detroit Lions fan.
Yeah, especially coming from the previous week's games. And so for this week, also a quick little who we are. I'm Rocky. I cover all Dallas Cowboys content and media. I'm joined with James. He covers all Detroit Lions content media, representing the NFC North. Um, so just a quick little roundup. Dallas is on the bye. Uh, we have the Raiders coming up, and we'll deep dive more into the Raiders as we get closer to it. Nothing exciting. Demarion Overshown's coming back, James. So he obliterated his knee last year, came back, and what's crazy is he obliterated his leg week 14, right?
Oof.
ACL, MCL, and PCL.
Every CL.
Gone. Everything. And he's back. He's starting this week. He's making his return, which is very interesting. He's our will linebacker. So for football terms, a Mike is the middle linebacker. The weak is the Will. He's the weak side. He free roams. Sam is your strong, so he's more, he's your strong side linebacker. But we have Demo coming back, so defense is getting help. And are you ever familiar with the college player named Siobhan Revel, a corner?
Name sounds familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
So he was a corner he was our third round draft pick this year. And essentially he was supposed to be a late first, early second round pick, but he obliterated his leg. I think he tore his ACL. And so he hasn't played football in about 13, 14 months since September of last year is when he played football last. And that was on a college level. But he got drafted in the third round because, pre-injury, he was expected to be maybe even like a late first. He's coming back. He's making his debut, his NFL debut as well. Um, but it's crazy, man. Like we're getting defense is getting help, Cowboys Nation. So fingers crossed. And then that'll lead me into Detroit and Washington, James. For all you Wizard fans who had any opposing thoughts to think that, oh, Marcus Mariota is gonna get this done. I don't think that's what happened,
No,
James.
no, it definitely didn't look good for Washington. Detroit came out there and played as what we expected for Detroit, mostly since Dan Campbell took over the play calling. I think that's where we see Jared Goff excel within the offense. A lot of giving the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs. The offensive line was getting penetration. I don't know what the difference in the play calling must be, but the thing I did notice right off the bat was how fast Jared Goff got rid of the ball. And once he started
Blinging
dinking
it.
and
Yeah.
dumping, and the offensive line was getting a roll, getting going, that's when Jahmyr Gibbs was ripping off 7, 10 yard runs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once we get ahead of the chain, and as long as we stay on schedule, man, it's impossible to stop Detroit.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I'm looking at it too, bro, and I'm just like, geez. Jahmyr Gibbs, once you get that run game going, that's when Detroit gets real dangerous. Because
Yes.
that's when it's tough. Because they have the ability to pass the ball with their offensive with Laporta and with St. Brown and even I think JMO popped off a little bit, didn't
Yeah,
he? He
JMO
had
JMO had over 100 yards and a touchdown.
yeah,
Not
exactly.
close enough for my prediction because I think I had my prediction as 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, but
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had 120, 20 something and 1 touchdown.
120, yes. Yeah, 120 and a tutty. I mean, like, dude, even Khalif Raymond got involved, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like that's crazy. And then I think that's what makes Detroit pretty dang good this year is because they have the ability to throw the ball, but then their physicality at the line of scrimmage and they can run the ball really well. Montgomery, I
I
feel
think
like, is
that's
kind of
the big
fallen
thing.
off a bit. I don't think he's really playing as well as he had in the past. That kind of 1-2 punch with Jameer, I really don't think uh it's been good. Not that it's bad. I just think it has been good in
I
previous
think it's
years.
just Gibbs is so
It's so
dynamic
good.
that why are you gonna take
Yeah.
your best player off the field?
Yeah.
You know,
It's
you're stuck in that place where David Montgomery, I think he's a great running back and
mhm.
could be great running back at multiple teams.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think you can't sit there and go, we need to take Gibbs off the field and put in Montgomery. It makes no sense. It really doesn't because you're almost tipping your hand to, hey, we're gonna throw this ball, and then you're not keeping the defense unbalanced.
hmm Yeah, exactly. That's just, he's one of those premium running backs, dude, that are just so dang good. So dang good. Especially with Washington. That's the one thing that they've been struggling a lot with too is they can't run the ball, and that's what they struggled with in this game is Washington just couldn't run. They could not run the ball.
No, they
And
couldn't.
that's more point to the with Detroit, man, just physicality at the line of scrimmage, offense and defense in the trenches. It's just winning games, bro. And so we'll lead into there. The controversial topic is Dan Campbell calling plays for Detroit, man. How do
Yeah,
you how do
that's
you how do you feel that's going to correlate? Do you think that's going to lead to any bigger pictures down the road into next year or for any coaching staff reasons?
I think it's a hint to Dan Campbell, or at least Dan Campbell hinting at John Morden. If he doesn't get his stuff together, you're losing
You're
your
out of
job.
here.
You're out of
You're
here.
out.
I don't think John Morden will be moved out of Detroit. I think he'll come some kind of offensive assistant or
Think so?
some
He'll
kind of
he'll do
role
that?
within the Detroit organization.
hmm
But he's definitely not going to be the offensive coordinator. I really would think Dan Campbell might go out and try to find like a Joe Brady type of offensive coordinator, a young, stout, outside of the box coordinator that
Joe Brady might be a head coach next year.
oh yeah, but I'd imagine if Joe Brady could look at, hey, I'm gonna go be the head coach for the Giants or be an offensive coordinator for the Lions,
I think
I
it's
would
about
almost.
resume. The resume talks, man. A head coach looks better than an OC.
That's
If the
true.
the Giants came up to him, be like, dude, we'll give you the keys. Here you go, and you get the head coaching job. Oh, why wouldn't he say no? And you could probably get paid way more money as a
Oh
head
yeah,
coach.
oh yeah. But I mean, big thing is Dan Campbell taking over the play calling. Why is Detroit Lions offense so much better? It's not
Yeah.
like we're changing up the whole scheme or anything.
No, it
It's
didn't. It didn't
just
look like
it's
that.
just the play calling alone. So obviously, John Morden is not understanding how Jared Goff works or how Jameer Gibbs works or how the talent on the offense works. Because
Yeah.
like Amon Ra, he's not gonna burn you. He's not gonna, he's just gonna run his route pretty. He
hmm
runs the prettiest routes, and once he breaks on the route, that's when Goff hits him. It's all about the timing dynamic. And it seems
Yeah.
like John Morden just went in there and just made really long plays. It takes time for these plays to develop. And it wasn't making sense with our offensive line that is a new core of the offensive line being put in there and the lack of the chemistry. And you're telling them, hey, you got to block for 3 or 4 seconds.
hmm
It's and mostly look at Green Bay when Micah Parsons came out there and was dominating the game was because we were trying to make long developed plays. Makes no sense. Dan Campbell went in there and said, "Here, we're going to make short, easy, scripted plays, and once we start building a rhythm into the game, he opened it up to that's when he started getting more developed plays in there to get JMO involved. And this is the first time we've seen JMO extensively involved into the Lions offense. So I'm really thinking John Morden, his offensive coordinator job, that's a hot seat right now, and
You're
mostly
out of here.
with if you go fire him, you know how many coaches are going to sit there and put in their resumes to just be the offensive coordinator for the Lions.
The Lions, yeah.
That's a hot job right now.
It is, yeah, yeah, it really is. It's one of those scenarios that anyone can win. And what's so odd is Dan Campbell's not really a play calling coach. Like that's not really his MO. Like I feel like every time you watch, he had the Ben John. Like he's had successful coordinators, Aaron Glenn's, the Ben Johnsons. He's had dudes. So the
Yep.
fact that he himself put the he put the fucking he's
Yeah,
calling
the
the
last
play
time he
calling sheet
played,
himself, and he had
yeah,
success. Really speaks volumes to how the OC, how poor the OC is playing, and it's like it's like an Eberflus scenario, just not as of course not as severe or drastic. But with Eberflus, our Cowboys defensive coordinator, it's like you have players. Is it the scheme, or is it do you not know the players, or do the players not know the scheme? What is going on here? Just of
yeah,
course in Detroit land and Motown, this is not as severe. But yeah, that's gonna be our controversial take, our big segment. We'll close off the video, my boy, with our picks, how we went, man. We'll go into Thursday as well. Not a good start for us at first. It started off very bad. James, you picked it up towards the end. Your baby boy, on the other hand, did not do so well this week. So James ended this week 9-4,
there
uh,
we go.
tallying his total. Let me pull it up here. Tallying his total to 99 and 50. 99 and 50.
There
James, you're
we
one
go.
away
That's
from a
pretty
hundo.
good.
Not bad. Your baby boy went 5-8 this week. Not terrible, but could be better. So now I'm currently at 86 and 94.
Oof.
All right. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Oh, 93. Oh, my bad. 63. 63. Basic math.
Okay.
Basic math. Ugh. Ugh. Um So not too bad. We're getting there. We're getting there. Kind of took a step back. James, you about to hit the hundo mark, bro. Almost there, man.
Yeah, it's exciting. I
It's
didn't think
very.
it'd go that well this year.
I'm just curious to see how we predicted each team's record without trying to predict each team's record. That's what I always love about like at the end of the year, because I know I'm gonna have Eagles at like 2-15. Like they're gonna be so bad.
Yeah.
The Chargers and the Chiefs are gonna be like 14-3. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I was about to say Chargers is 17-0 for
Just
us,
undefeated
basically.
in every video. This Thursday, Jets and the Patriots. Ooh, that's
Oh
gonna be a
man.
slaughter fest. Last time we said that, the Dolphins beat the Bills, so I
Yeah.
want to jump
Yeah.
to conclusions
Does it
here.
say where they're playing at? I mean, it
Uh,
doesn't matter. They're up in New England anyways.
yeah, yeah, they're
So
in they're in New England. I got the Patriots. I got Drake May, Trey Henderson. He's gonna have a good game.
yeah, I think this is an easy win for the Patriots. I think the real prediction will be how many points does New England drop on them?
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna close it for this video. For our roundup video, or we'll probably think of a different name how to close it off. But appreciate you guys watching. Every single video, all these counts, man. The likes, the views, the comments, and then subscribe if you guys like watching what you see. That's what really helps too. Is hit that subscribe button, guys. Even if we make you angry, or if you agree with us, if whatever it is that you think, send them in. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Join us. We're gonna have our weekly picks for Friday. It'll be week 11, which is crazy. We are 9 subscribers away from our goal of 50. Hit that subscribe button, guys. James, you got anything for us?
Counting down the days.
We're counting down. The countdown's going. Totes, guys.